I've never seen it.
Hey, everybody. Well, this is Never Seen It. Although, damn it, that does sound like Do You Remember This?
What does?
Now that I'm talking about like a nostalgia
Is
thing,
there a
Never
podcast
Seen
called
It.
that?
I don't know, probably.
There's a podcast. I think there's every podcast now, right? It's like a thing where if you can think about, what do they say? If it can happen, it has happened.
Yeah. Is that Murphy's Law?
I think that's some sort of
Is that Chimp Room with the typewriter?
Yeah, it's Chimp Room with the typewriter. It's like time is not real, and everything that can happen already has happened because the infinite expansion of the universe.
That does sound like a multiverse thing.
Yeah,
if you can dream it, you can pod it.
Insane if there's a multiverse and we're in the one where it's mostly podcasts.
The podcast. But this is nothing. But there's a universe out there that is like people are dying from podcasting. Like they're
it's Mad Max, but it's podcasting.
It's the biggest threat to humanity is podcasting.
Yeah. Although if there's a spectrum of how much podcasting is a threat to humanity, our universe is on the side where it is a little bit.
It's on its way.
Like we're not in the middle and we're not in the podcasting is okay side. We're like in the trending catastrophic side.
We're years away from critical podcast, man.
Yeah. I will like see all these
critical cast.
Critical
Ooh,
cast.
is that a crit cast? That's probably a D&D podcast that's out there already.
There's Critical Role. That's a real one.
There you go.
Yeah. So
I play Pathfinder.
what is that?
Again, it's
I've
like
heard
Dungeons
about-
and Dragons, but
That's
with
like
a different name.
There used to be one called Spelljammer.
Okay.
It turned into Pathfinder.
See that sounds like a festival. I don't know. I see
It's
all
real.
these like
Did you play the
podcasts.
Spelljammer?
Spelljammer.
Is that it's not the same as Pathfinder?
I think it's a D&D offshoot that was sort of based on time travel. I never played it, but I saw the books.
I am now figuring out. I've played Dungeons and Dragons a few times. I played Pathfinder for a little while with the same group. I'm really realizing there's so many rules. You don't know there are that many until you get in. They're like, actually, the way the spellcasters cast in this one is different than how they are. And I'm just like, but can't we just make it up?
I guess you could, right? But they're giving it to you so you have something to go off of.
Yeah, but there's a lot. It's thick. In the middle of COVID, I started writing a D&D campaign. It's funny you're wearing a Fallout shirt.
Yeah.
It was like a Fallout. It's because I played Fallout 4 so much that I was going to write one that was that.
It was like post-apocalyptic.
Yes, but like actually literally Fallout. Not even just like, I was just like, I'm going to steal the intellectual
Just
property.
steal the world.
But I think there is one out there. Actually, Michael Tanner, who's done this show, who's like a comic book guy, I think has one,
Yeah,
like a Fallout one.
I would be surprised if there's not like an officially licensed Fallout RPG book that you can buy.
It seems like
You're
there's
probably
everything, right? It's like the same as
Yeah.
podcasts. If you can think of it, someone's done it 6 times already.
I feel lucky about this specific. I have had people message me about this podcast, and I don't. It makes me saying I love this idea. I'm going to start doing it. Is that fine? Like I'm going to start doing this as a podcast.
Doing what?
Rewriting scripts movies and TV shows they've never seen, and
And you're
it's
like,
it
I
puts you
do
in
that already.
Right? They're like, I love your show. I want to run it as a comedy show in my town. And I'm like, well, I travel with this. Actually,
License
It's like
it. You should license it.
I've thought about it. I like
my
just, but it puts
God.
me in a very weird spot because it's like another comedian or it's like something, you know what I mean? And they're just like, I love your idea. It's actually, can I have had it?
You have to license it. You just say, yes, you can do that. It's $100 though. Or
An hour.
$100 to use it, to promote it. And if you have to give me like 5% of ticket sales.
I don't think that's the worst idea, but I do. This show, we get into a lot of festivals with this and
Right.
things, and I think if it is licensed and all out, then it might not happen as much.
I don't know if that's.
We had
I'm
this-
willing to back you. I'm back. I want to be a producer here.
We should maybe do it's been there are all sorts of scopes of intent with it, I think.
Right.
Some of which are like, I really, like, that you don't understand comedy when you first get into it, and you're like, oh, yeah, I want to do one of those. And then others of them are just like, I love this idea. Someone messed me with, they're like, dude, I love this idea. I thought about coming up with this idea.
I
And I'm like, you what?
There's so many people who are so full of shit everywhere, and they say that stuff, but they don't do anything.
You can do something else. I've had
Ever.
ideas and come up with other ones before.
Yeah, I wanted to rob a bank once, but I didn't do it. But I would have robbed the bank.
I
if
saw
I
that
had
you
done
robbed
it.
a bank, and I was wondering if I could also rob that bank.
Can you license out me having had robbed the bank? So I got to give a shout out to Chief Saholic. I don't know if you guys follow sports enough to know who Chief Saholic is.
actually
It's a
don't.
Kansas City Chiefs super fan who robbed banks Everywhere he
that's
would
right.
travel, he would fall. He's recently gotten caught. He would follow the team. He would travel wear this like wolf mask, and then he would rob banks. And people were like, wow, these banks keep getting robbed on the way to Chiefs away games.
So cool.
And then he didn't show up, and he got arrested for it. And then he got out of jail on bail and he went lamb. Cut his ankle bracelet off and ran out. And then this motherfucker just couldn't stay away. He was like at casinos, like cashing in stuff with it, like betting on Mahomes to win the Super Bowl and stuff. This dude just cannot stay away. And
I
now
love
he's
this guy
caught
already.
again. I mean, he's, I think, innocent. He
Yeah.
isn't, but I'm pretty sure he is.
Free Chiefs
This is
on.
all allegedly.
What do you mean allegedly?
Allegedly. I think I have to say it because I don't think he's actually, he's legally, allegedly, he did all this stuff. But like, he
Yeah.
probably did. You know what I mean?
I think you're probably okay. He's not going to sue you. Like, that would be funny if he sued this podcast because you didn't say allegedly.
He's like, I actually thought about coming up with the idea where bank robbers rewrite famous banks they should have robbed. But this guy's a hero. I mean,
that's a great idea.
People are like, how's this guy afford to go to every game? It's expensive. Every game.
He's just feeding
Also,
his
how do you
habit.
rob a bank?
I don't know how you still rob a bank. I think
get, like, doing it
he
once,
passed
but-
a note that said, give me the money.
But still, there's cameras everywhere.
Oh, yeah. He had like a dozen.
Wow.
I think if you rob a bank now, it shouldn't be illegal. If you get away with it, like if a teacher
The
doesn't
statute
show
of
up to class for
limitations?
15 minutes, how everyone can leave.
Yeah.
If you don't get caught for a half hour, you get to keep the money. And half the money's gonna be covered in ink. What are you gonna do with that ink bucks from those like blowing up ink things? You know,
Yeah, the dye packs.
dye packs. Yeah,
That's ridiculous.
sounds like a great vape. Is that a dye packs?
Oh, it's a dye packs. It's actually it's a DIEPAX.
Kills
That's what it's called in
Diepax.
Germany.
Yeah.
Diepax.
Have you seen that Kevin Spacey movie, Dye Packs?
I have seen that. It's great.
Speaking of movies, this show. This has never seen it. I'm your host, Kyle Ayers. This is the podcast where comedians write famous movies and TV shows they've never seen before. Today, having never seen Ted Lasso, joining us for the very first time, Johnny Pemberton is here. Thank you for being here.
Great to be here. Happy to be here.
And I'm not sure if they have seen Ted Lasso or not, but Tyler Jackson is here as well.
Yes, I've seen the first 2 seasons of Ted
Oh, wow.
Lasso, but
How
not
many
the
seasons?
new one. It has 3.
Okay.
I think
it's done.
I think it's done. Yeah, 3 seasons. I've seen 2 of them.
Okay. Well, let's actually pass the script out. Johnny,
Why would they stop? Isn't it super popular?
There's this seems to be this thing with comedian helmed programs
Yeah.
where they're okay with the story ending.
Oh, really? Yeah, because they just want it to be done.
They just are like, this is what everything I have to say about this. I mean, and to be fair, 3 seasons is a good amount of legs for a TV show based
Right.
on a commercial.
It's a commercial.
That is what this all started
right.
as.
I know nothing about
Ted
this at all.
Lasso. Well, we'll talk about it
Nothing,
afterwards.
okay.
So what did you bring? I guess like mentally.
Well, I know it's got Jason Sudeikis is the main character. I know it's about soccer. I'm pretty sure it's kind of like a feel-good show where there's like a lot of like hyping people up, making them feel good. It's sort of like a squeaky clean Bad News Bears, as far as I know. Like a thing where
Okay.
the guy is not, he's wholesome. He's like the kind of man that women want to be their husband, but he's also like a stand-up guy. He's a stand-up
Sure.
guy, and he's on like the rebound maybe. And there's a soccer team. I think that they're probably like, all I know is it's soccer, and it's sort of like, it's like a fish out of water, underdog kind of thing. That's really all I know. I know one
Yeah.
other actor in there. Otherwise, I don't know any of their actors in the show. I've never seen even like a trailer for it, actually. I maybe have seen like a scene
Sure.
for like a just a clip, but only a piece of it. And even then, I wasn't watching. It was probably just in front of me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we will. Let's get into this. You can cast it however you'd
Okay.
like. Well, Jenna will have you do like the directions.
Okay. I'll do the directions?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, then maybe if I do the directions, does one of you want to be Ted?
Tyler,
want me to
you
be
want to be
Ted?
Ted?
You
I
should
think
be
that's
Ted.
All right.
And you can be janitor
Great.
and be little mean man who turns into being a guy named Greco. Okay.
Okay. Great.
Okay, here we go. Should we start?
And I'm assuming this is also Ted.
That's Ted, yeah.
Okay.
That's the first one. That's Ted at the beginning there, okay?
Okay.
Okay, here we go. This is called Lasso Me This. This is episode 1 of Ted Lasso on Apple TV Plus streaming channel on Apple TV, iTV, remote control viewing. Interior, locker room. A rusty old locker slams, revealing a withered janitor carelessly sweeping the floor. He's clearly seen better days. We move past him, revealing the rest of the locker room. It's shabby and underlit, but there's a patina that begs to tell the story of all the amazing victories and terrible losses the place has seen. A door creaks open. The janitor doesn't even look up. Outlined in sunlight, we see a tall male figure in a baseball cap with a massive mustache that twitches from the residual entropy of the man's gait.
Hello there? Anyone here? My name is...
I know who you are. Wait, I'm supposed to be British?
No, I don't think so. This is like a surly old bastard like that guy.
Yeah.
Kind of guy talks, you know, he makes
I know who you are. You're early. Better save your breath, buddy. You're going to need it when you're quitting next week.
The man steps into the light, and we see the most handsome man humanly imaginable. His eyes tell the story of someone humble beyond his years, yet brave like a battalion of centurions. This is a man who men want to be and women want to be with. As we soak up his gentle yet confident smile, a T-shirt flies out of nowhere straight into the man's face.
That'll be $15.99 for the set.
Okay, no problem. Let me get your Venmo and I'll send it right over. Sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Lasso, Ted Lasso.
Cash only. Like I said, I know who you are, and I've got a policy. I don't make friends with dead men.
Ted starts going through the 12 pockets of his cargo pants, trying to find some cash.
Sorry, I know I have some cash in here somewhere. You see, these pants were a gift. Normally, I would wear shorts with less pockets, but my nephew has cancer and he loves pockets, so we all wear these pants to support it.
I don't give a goddamn freaking shit-ass hell fuck about your pockets. You can pay me later. Now get in there while you can still walk.
The old janitor throws his head, motioning to a door on the other side of the room.
Well, hold on. I'd really like to pay you now if I can. I know I have a 20 in here somewhere.
Ted continues to pat his pants.
I found it. Oh, sorry. It's folded into a paper crane. Is that okay?
Close up on the most exquisite paper crane you've ever seen. It passes through the sole shaft of light and comes to life as Ted slowly places it in the filthy, grizzled hand of the janitor. The janitor looks down at the crane, saying nothing. Ted begins to cross toward the opposite side of the room when...
Sakura.
Ted turns to the janitor.
I beg your pardon?
Sakura. That was her name. We were in love.
The janitor looks up toward Ted, revealing a tearful smile.
She died before I could marry her. Killed by those Nazi bastards during a live fire prisoner exchange program. We used to sit in the shade of a giant old tree and she would make these for me. I would tell her about America and we would dream of raising our kids to be Division I soccer players.
Oh, I'm sorry for your loss. I think it's safe to say that the spirit of Sakura, you said?
Yeah.
That her spirit lives on through...
At night, things would get romantic. Very romantic. Sakura would make a rope of the cranes, a very long, very strong rope of the cranes. But it was soft. So soft, yet so strong. She would tie it around her neck, and I would take off my pants, and she would tie the other end to my penis.
Oh, okay, buddy. How about you keep the change? Let's talk more later. I'm going to be late.
Cut to interior, player's room, continuous. A ragtag group of miscreants jostle about, totally unaware Ted has just entered the room.
Hello, everyone. Hey, guys. Guys, I'm Ted. I'm the new... Guys.
They all ignore him, except for one man. He's well over 6 feet, dark, beautiful, flowing hair. He sits quietly in the corner, staring at Ted. They make eye contact, and the man slowly draws a triangle in the air, then makes a chomping motion with his mouth. Ted looks at him quizzically, then realizes what he's trying to say.
Pizza! Pizza's here!
All the action stops suddenly, and all the men turn toward Ted.
Wow, you guys really like pizza, huh? Well, who doesn't? It's pretty much the greatest thing since, well, I don't even know. I never knew life without pizza, come to think of it.
We pan across the faces of the men, each one weirder and more charactery looking than the next. Much like the room from the previous scene, these guys have seen better days.
I'll get you guys some pies ASAP, but first let me introduce myself. My name is Ted Lasso, and I'm your new...
As Ted is speaking, the group of men slowly start to part in the middle, revealing a very small, very mean-looking man.
A butterface. You're a new buttface is what you are. And judging by that hair on your face, you've got a hairy ass.
in the style of Al Pacino from Heat.
A big old hairy ass. Isn't that a right, guys?
The whole group of guys all break into forced laughter in perfect unison.
Not gonna lie, that's a pretty good joke, but I've heard it before. What I haven't heard before is a group of guys laugh in unison like that, and that tells me something. This is a team. A team I can...
You don't get it, do you? We've seen a better days, and those better days are behind us. The only thing we do now is eat a pizza and make jokes about hairy assholes like you. Also, my name is Greco, okay?
The little mean guy turns to leave, and everyone starts talking again. All the murmuring is about pizza and assholes. Pizza now. That's right. Assholes, pizza, asshole.
Hey, I bet I can eat more pizza than you. All of you.
The group comes to a dead silence once again, and the little mean guy slowly turns around. A creepy smile comes across his face. Cut to exterior soccer pitch, day. A pizza box flies past the frame, landing at the feet of a squad of cheerleaders. Their outfits are a mishmash of different teams, but they look happy and radiate a positive vibe of energy, even though they've clearly seen better days. Much like the room from the first scene, and the team we saw before us is now chomping down on pizza like crazy. The camera tracks down the row of motley men and stops on Ted. He slams the lid of the pizza box, stands up, and flings it Frisbee style straight into the face of the janitor. The janitor falls to the ground and pops up, clicking a stopwatch.
He did it. He did it. That's time. Ted Lasso won the challenge.
The team all goes silent and slowly crane their necks to the opposite end of the table where Greco sits. He's still chowing down, oblivious to anything else going on. Ted extends his hand toward Greco.
Good game.
Greco slowly looks up to Ted. He smiles, his mouth full of pepperoni.
I don't know what under the corner it's always a good.
Yeah, sounds great, buddy.
Reacting to Greco's approval, the whole team erupts in cheers, and a few of them start vomiting. Ted slowly picks out the whistle around his neck, places it in his mouth, and...
We're in sprints, 20s, then 40s, then 80s, down and back like Michael Jack. Scriggs, you and Panatelli start ball-focused drills with the defense. Hot squares and sidelines only. Simpson, Chevali, Pantoliano, Kohler, Fragini. I want toe blast mega sleeps in double formation until you see the offense do a snake. Greco, you move with the wind core and chase down the heavies. Martinez.
Everyone stops and turns to the big guy, quiet. The quiet big guy with the long, beautiful hair. He's screwing on an artificial leg.
You come with me. I knew your old man, and it looks to me like you're twice the striker he is.
The whole team stands there motionless.
What are you waiting for? An invitation from the ambassador? I'm Ted Lasso, and I say let's practice.
Ted gives 2 whistle blasts, toot toot, crosses his arms and smiles as the team all start in on their respective drills. I'll do this part. I've never seen anyone do anything like that before. Who are you? Ted turns to see the cheerleaders from before. We realize now they are triplets, and they are hot. Like really hot.
I'm just a guy who likes pizza and loves to coach soccer, and...
Before he can finish, the triplets have surrounded him and start caressing and kissing him. We're Greco's sisters. Sure, we've seen better days, all right. But now we're seeing even better days right before us. We're going to suck you dry. Ted tips his shades and looks to the camera. He starts to smile, then his eyes light up and his face turns green like he's about to vomit. Fade to black. Oh, that was fun.
Fantastic.
Right. We're going to hit on the complete and utter accuracy of that right after we get back from this break. All right. Well, from what you told me that you knew about the show versus what seemed to make it in the script, I was like, yeah, when you're describing what you knew about the show, I'm like, he kind of nailed this. And I see your script, and I'm like, he really nailed this.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's mostly blowjobs.
I feel like it was sort of like the show's basically a league of their own, right? Except Ted Lasso is not an alcoholic.
So Ted Lasso is a American football coach who gets hired to go coach a English Premier Second Division soccer team because the owner of that team wants to tank them.
Okay. Oh, that's
like
such
a major league situation.
Yeah, and
like the producers, right?
The owner of the team is a recent divorcee who got the team that she and her husband, I believe, owned. She took it over when they got divorced, but she hates him, so she wants to tank it. That's all resolved in like the first 6 minutes, and then it's just like everyone feels good every episode.
Yeah. He just wins over. He overcomes everybody's objections to him being there. Like
he's so genuine. I mean, everyone. There's like one guy he doesn't overcome, and that guy takes 2 episodes.
All I got to do is believe, man.
That sounds like a really boring show.
It
It sounds like there's no conflict.
What I believe was difficult was it is a television show based on a commercial. There was an ad. The ad was Jason Sudeikis is an American football coach hired to coach a soccer team. So he's very, Jason Sudeikis is so charming. So the commercial's like, hey, why's the ball round and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Commercial for what though?
For I think like either like EPL on NBC,
What's EPL?
English Premier League.
Oh, God.
Or it was like for the World Cup.
So
it was
like
for
to advertise
something.
Americans to that thing.
Yeah. And so he's like, what? Use your hands. Oh, you can't? Like that sort of thing, the stuff that would be like the pilot
He's
jokes.
a Southerner?
He's from Missouri. He's actually from Kansas City.
God.
He's got like a little.
And so
bit
he's
of a
got
Southern
like
accent.
basically he's almost like emphasizing his own voice because that's sort of where he's
Wow.
from. And but then people in Missouri, where I'm from, and I'm from Kansas City, fucking love it. Because he'll be like, he's like, what's good is Missouri barbecue. And everyone's like, we're on TV. That's literally us.
Burnt ends.
Yeah, he says burnt ends, and people are like, I can't even change the channel. I'm jacking off right now.
He said burnt ends.
And
he said burnt ends.
I think it's here. I'll toss these out. I think a lot of it is really, really good. It is really good and really earnest and very positive. And it really struck like a during COVID or chord with people of like joy of wanting something that's like unbridled. Is that the word?
Unbridled?
Unbridled like joy. There is conflict, but it has the conflict of like how a Simpsons episode has conflict. It's where you're like, you sure we're not just trying to do something? But he's so positive. He's like unwavering in his positivity. My biggest thing with the show was always that like he seemed fine with everything all the time, and he's the main character.
Yeah, they like dig into his own personality demons like a little bit.
I believe I'm halfway through the 2nd season. Maybe I made it through the 2nd season. I'm not sure.
It's like I remember he like goes to therapy for something. I can't.
Goes to therapy because he's like, I just like ice cream too much.
Well, his family doesn't go to he moves to England. His family doesn't go with him, so a lot of it's like him FaceTiming his kid.
He's obviously divorced.
And I believe he gets divorced in the 2nd season or something like that because it's insane to try and do this.
Obviously, the woman who owns the team is the love interest.
Actually, no. I think
Wow,
that's like
this
a very
is failing so
that's
much.
like a very like platonic sort of. You keep expecting it to go in that direction, and they don't.
Does he
love
bone at all in the show?
I don't think he has a lot. I think he like hooks up with one lady like once.
He's completely sexless.
This show sounds so bad. I think I would. I haven't watched it for a reason. I haven't watched it because it feels so just.
The genuineness resonated after COVID and during it because everyone was so bitter and cynical.
I went the opposite direction. I wanted darker.
You wanted to be. You wanted something more bitter and cynical than like COVID.
That's like, oh, you know what? If you're not going to pay this, I'm going to burn the place fucking down. That kind of shit.
Every president walks outside, stares at an eclipse, and then gets rid of the vaccine.
Like something like that.
And when it was, I really enjoyed what I thought was the best parts of it, but like so many things, not so many. It seemed like there was this time where I would watch a movie and I was like, I wish that was a show. And now I watch a lot of shows and I think that probably could have been a movie.
Like Hijack?
I have not seen Hijack. I thought it was called H/Jack, and I said that out loud to someone.
H-Jack?
And then I'm like, it stars Slash Elba.
Slash
It's just the H. I don't know, Tyler, if you the H on the poster for Hijack is a backslash.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I've heard of it.
It's Idris Elba on a plane.
It is so terrible. It's kind of it's stunning in a way where every person on the show feels like they're acting like the note was, okay, do it really big in a way that doesn't make sense. Like act like you're in a
And
scene
we have one take.
Okay, one take, and just go for broke like it's like it's an Oscar performance.
Go for broke like you're you when the strike starts.
We have 2 weeks to get this entire show in the can.
I mean, a show based on a commercial, 3 seasons is a lot.
They made a lot of money.
Jason Sudeikis, it did make a lot of money. I mean, this was like a revelation. This was Apple TV's saving calling card. This, I mean, Severance, which I really enjoyed. also on Apple, doesn't even touch the amount of attention this got. Severance won all the awards, or at least got nominated for all the awards to probably lose to Succession. Lasso was like a cultural.
It's what the moms are watching. The moms watch Lasso. That's what I think I've seen.
And everyone's very fit and attractive.
Yeah.
In the show, and there are some like breakout sort of side character performances. The guy who's Roy Kent, he's a comedian.
Brendan Hunt?
Yeah, Brett Goldstein.
Brett Goldstein.
Okay.
He, I think, is probably going to be the breakout of the show.
I mean, he parlayed it into he's like a Marvel character now.
Oh yeah, he is. He's Hercules.
Hercules.
That is I'm nothing to a retired soccer player on a TV show based on commercial to literally Hercules, the god. And I'm sure he'll show back up in Mars.
Right? Half God?
Half God, that's right.
Yeah.
With his dad, Russell Crowe Zeus.
Half god, half soccer player.
God.
But
I had no idea.
It is a law. Here's the trouble I have with the show is I'm trying to think of any of the conflict. There is like an assistant coach who feels overlooked who I think becomes the bad guy.
That's the guy with the beard, right?
No, it's the little guy.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
The guy with the beard is sort of just even involved in less conflict.
Wow.
He's the assistant coach, and he's just sort of like the wisecracking guy, like a sidekick guy.
But then he gets like a whole episode that's like an homage to After Hours, where he's just like wandering around
Really?
London in a day.
Oh, I'm not sure if I've seen that
That
one.
sounds fun. That
It's
sounds like an actual
very strange.
fun thing.
And he's funny, and every time I'm trying to legitimately think, and this is a show that I don't hate, but I don't remember a lot of the conflict is will they get together amongst the side characters, but I can't remember anything. Will they beat? One of the more unrealistic things is like, will they beat this insane soccer team at soccer? Because in real life, you're like, no, that will not happen because
Right.
you buy the players. But that's like the soccer is a difficult sport to shoot, so there's not a ton of. I just can't remember any large scale conflict besides like Ted debating whether or not to go home. And you're like, well, if he goes home, the show's probably going to be bad.
I think it's mostly just, can these people work together as a team? And like, spoiler alert, yes, they can.
Can the people who own this team be a team themselves? All of these people who really have no large flaws and are easy to get along with? It's charming. A lot of it's charming. And
Still doesn't sound as good as Bad News Bears.
Because that was a movie.
Yeah.
And that
This sounds like it could be a movie.
I think it could be.
Cool Runnings was a great
A thing I
example of
love
like that.
is a comedian got to make the thing they wanted to make, and it was a large critical and monetary success, and they
Right.
still ended it when they wanted to. That's like something, that idea I'm hopeful for.
That's pretty good.
And granted, on the other side of the strike, there won't be television anymore. So,
Yeah, you think that's true?
I don't know.
It's gonna. I don't even know. We just got started.
That's great. But please support the strike.
Support it. How do you
Support it.
support it? I don't know.
There are some ways you can donate to like there's a few like funds that they put
Right.
together for like feeding people, getting resources, water, signs, things
Weapons.
like that. Weapons.
There's a weapons fund. There's like a thing to build
There's a
caltrops.
Ron Perlman eventual bail fund that we're setting up.
Ron Perlman, defense lawyer.
Dude, it
Trying
was,
to hire Johnny Cochran for Ron Perlman.
Could you imagine a glove trying to fit on Ron Perlman's, I'm assuming, gigantic hand?
On his big Hellboy.
His Hellboy
never-
fist.
I've never been able to put on any glove at all. Has to be custom made in hell.
We gotta be. That was basically a threat.
Yeah,
it
was
wasn't sort of
definitely-
like Ron Perlman was like, there's a lot of ways to lose your house. What are they, Ron? What are the other ones? Because you listed all the ones I've heard of.
He did his version of, it'd be a shame if something happened to David Zaslav's mansion.
I know.
Yeah.
It'd be a shame if you I took an life insurance policy out on you.
Be a shame if your face were to not be there anymore.
But then what are you gonna do? He's humongous,
Yeah, he's a pretty big guy.
and he's got a really good, intimidating voice.
He does.
And we love
I feel
him.
like guys like that are never the ones who do the violence, though.
Oh no.
It's always the squirrely weirdo who just doesn't like give a fuck about anything.
Yeah. Us. I'm not going to do a violence. I have been trying to, I kind of was doing a little bit of, I talk in this show about my brain, a little bit about like difficulties with the system and insurance
Oh my god.
and things
I
like
love it.
this, and
Yeah.
how you, like, the older I get, the more I just root for Batman villains the whole movie. And like I watched the Batman, and couldn't remember the Riddler doing anything wrong. And then I'm talking to people, I'm like, I don't get why he was even the bad guy. And they're like, he did they killed all those people. And I'm like, oh yeah. I blocked that out because I was like, this dude really is making yeah, he killed that one guy, but that guy was worse than him. And then, but I forgot about the flooding of an arena and killing of hundreds of people.
Yeah, but maybe they were all working for the insurance company.
You can't tell me they weren't. But
You never know.
You never know.
I definitely have talked to some people at the insurance or a doctor's office. Anytime I talk to them, I always make this insurance company out to be an enemy, and they're always on board. When you talk shit about them,
I think the problem I always have with it is I've never gotten the person to talk to me who gets to make the choice. You're always talking to someone, they're like, dude, I totally understand. My boss
all by
just,
design.
and you're like, well, how can does your boss exist? He's like, and my boss is the AI from the new Mission Impossible movie, so I actually can't get him. My boss is the entity. Spoiler, anyone who hasn't seen it.
It kind of is, probably.
It probably is. It is this is back to the strike. Who's more easily replaceable by a AI robot? Daniel Day-Lewis or someone who looks at numbers and makes a choice?
They know that, too.
Who could be replaced easier? Meryl Streep or someone who says what number's bigger?
Yeah,
Who would be a computer easier? That is what I think. I would love that to be the focus of everything. Maybe we get rid of a CEO and see if ChatGPT can be the CEO.
They're already kind of doing it, I think, with some stuff.
I think all Netflix does is say, what makes this? Oh, is it about to cost us money to re-sign actors? Cancel. Is this about to do this? Cancel. Is this profitable? Boom. Sell more houses or whatever. More dating. What's cheap? It's just all algorithm.
Yeah.
100%.
Chat CEO.
Ooh.
Chats. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good movie.
Hey, SNL, don't steal that.
Even like the things making the decisions at insurance companies, like a lot of the time they're just plugging data into like a preset formula.
Yeah.
Don't ask me how I know that.
They're so faceless too. Nothing you can possibly do.
Tyler, do you work for an insurance company?
I have done work for insurance companies.
I've been a freelance robot at insurance. I would like to be the freelance ChatGPT. Yeah. You're like, I'm self-employed ChatGPT.
I did some drywall there.
I was a Lenovo for a couple years.
I got a scar on my head from surgery that was shaped like a literal swastika. And I was trying to get them to cover a laser treatment to fix it. And there's like a scale of how bad it has to look for them to cover an aesthetic problem.
Right.
Even if it was a result of surgery. And they're just like, well, how much like a swastika does it look? I'm like, am I really talking to a human being about this right now?
Sentence
how
ever.
much a swastika does it look?
On
and
a
you're
scale
like, oh,
of
enough?
1 to Charles Manson, how much does it look like Charles Manson?
On a scale of 0 to you look like you might have that tattoo covered up, how much does it look like on a scale of your German ancestry?
Oh my God.
How much? And so you just have to be like, please.
For a swastika, it does look pretty good though. It looks like it's healing nicely.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
Oh
now.
well, it's
hair.
We're keeping the hair.
Yeah.
If you have what looks like a covered up swastika tattoo, you can't shave your head anymore.
Yeah.
That just comes without the territory. You can't be like not checking 2 boxes.
But it's so amazing too that they even did that in the first place.
I can't. Yeah, I mean, it was I was tied down in like
Right.
a bunch of spots or whatever, and I think it's just naturally how the stitching was done to like connect all of the tie down parts into
It
like
is a
one
natural
thing.
shape. It is a natural occurring Buddhist shape.
Yeah.
As long as it's curved, you can just say it's Buddhist.
Yeah, that's a fun. I'm yelling that at someone punching me. It's Buddhist.
Buddhist here.
All right, we're gonna play a couple games. I think we'll
Okay.
do one here, and then we're gonna get it. Here we go. This first game that we're gonna play a round of is called Guess What Movie Kyle's Dad is Describing. Having only watched the trailer and never having heard of the movie The Game.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Guess what movie trailer Kyle's dad is describing, having only watched the trailer and never having heard of the movie Game.
How this game works is my dad watches a movie trailer. He describes what's happening in that movie trailer. You have to guess what movie it's a trailer for. My dad has not been to a movie theater since Space Jam 1. He
Whoa.
does not know actors. He does not know what's going on. Here we go.
Okay. So they're listening to music in their helmets. Now a lot of quick shots of them on adventures. They have cameras themselves too. It's colorful. He's an expert on it all. That's a weird hat to wear with a tuxedo. That's his son. They all match. There's a hot air balloon tied to a boat. He's going on a mission of revenge. Everything is right in the middle. The camera is moving in and out a lot. He said to just smile and sucker punch him.
Gosh.
Everyone matching again. And that little rainbow guy.
Little rainbow guy.
It's quiet out there tonight. Slowly walking down the stairs with everybody.
Was that a Cormac McCarthy audiobook?
I'm thinking like Power Rangers, Fast and the Furious, but I don't think it's either of those.
It's maybe like Guardians of the Galaxy 2?
Ooh.
It's a right vibe for walking slowly together, but pretty wrong.
Oh.
It's a new movie.
Yeah, here you can brainstorm. It's no, it's not that new.
They're listening to music.
I'll play it again and you can brainstorm out loud.
Okay.
Okay. So they're listening to music in their helmets.
It's got to be
Now
a space
lot of
thing,
quick
right?
shots of them on adventures.
Or maybe like a.
They have
Like
cameras
motorcycle
themselves
helmets, maybe?
too.
They have cameras.
It's colorful.
I don't.
He's an expert on it all.
Not Mission Impossible.
That's a weird hat to wear with a tuxedo.
Hat and a tuxedo.
That makes me think of like
That's
a
his
cowboy
son.
kind of thing or something like.
They all match. There's a hot air balloon tied to a boat.
I'll tell you, it's not a cowboy hat.
Okay.
He's
Okay.
going on a mission of revenge.
That's every
Everything
movie.
is right in the middle.
The conflict
The camera
aroused.
is moving in and out a lot.
There's a bunch of people
He said to just smile
matching
and sucker
costumes.
punch him.
How old is the movie?
Aughts.
Everyone matching again.
It's not Sucker Punch, the
And that
movie,
little
is
Is
it?
this
Rainbow guy.
like a Men in Black
It's
movie?
quiet out there tonight. Slowly walking down the stairs.
It's quiet out there
A
tonight.
hint I will give you is this director pretty recently had another movie come out.
Oh, wow, that's a good hint. Wait, so he's made another film?
Yes,
Wait,
yes, yes, yes.
wait, is this The Life Aquatic?
It is The Life Aquatic.
Wow.
They do. They listen to the music in their headphones. They pipe in like that inner space synth
Oh,
music.
wow. I do not
Wow.
remember any of this at all.
What a get. You know what? This is your podcast now.
Damn.
Send us to the break,
That
Tyler.
was good.
Thanks for listening to Never Seen It. We'll be back right after these messages from our corporate sponsors.
We are sponsored by Apple
Aetna
TV Plus.
Health Insurance. Hi, I'm Aetna Health Insurance. When you need to get fucked in the ass medically, give us a call.
Make sure you have a Cobra plan in place for.
The thing we know about health issues is we can take our time. So that's here
Nothing is
at
pressing.
HealthNet. And here's the wildest thing. I know I don't want to harp on it too much because I'm still going to try and sell tickets to this show in places. Insurance is better in California than everywhere else in the United States.
Really?
California is like the Denmark of the United States when it comes to insurance accessibility. And think about the difficulty you have had here.
Wow.
It's not even more difficult other places because they just say no.
They just think, oh, no, sorry, it's pre-existing. But
Yeah.
it wasn't pre-existing. It's a car accident. Yeah, but you
The
know.
car was an 86.
Oh.
So-
It's been around for a while.
Yeah. You don't have airbags.
All right, we got another game we're going to play. This game that we are going to play, let me go ahead and get to my Life Aquatic was a good poll. This game is called Before and
Ready
Afters.
to play before and afters.
How this game works is two movies have been smushed together into one. I will read you the smushed together plot. You have to tell me the smushed together title. Some example of title is The Wolf of Wall Street, right? Wally and the Wolf of Wall Street, Saving
Okay.
Private Silverman, Fargo, which is Argo and Fargo put together.
Argo.
So all sorts of bad mishmashes, right?
Great.
What did we do today? Ted Lasso. It could be Ted Lasso, which would be Ted with the little talking bear and Ted
Right.
Lasso. Ted Lasso, brother, where art thou? All sorts of poorly and better put together ways. Today's titles were written actually some by me and some by fans of the podcast on our Discord. I got to give a shout out to Matt All Hail Buckets, great name.
That's good.
Dave, Masubi, and Bubs all wrote some titles here for today. I came up with all the plots. So how it's going to work is I'll read the plot. You have to tell me the title.
Okay.
All right. Number 1. In an attempt to see the world, an elderly widower ties a bunch of balloons to the newly created atomic bomb.
Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer it is.
Oh!
Oppenheimer it is.
Dude, that was good. I like myself.
Here we go. Next one. This one's hard. A couple of very famous fashion dolls leave their seemingly perfect lives to head to the real world, where they encounter an Irish rogue who wins the heart of a rich widow and assumes her dead husband's aristocratic position.
What's a fashion doll?
An Irish rogue?
I don't. What is a fashion?
I could word it as fashion doll toys as well.
It's Barbie something.
Okay.
Where they encounter an Irish rogue who wins the heart of a rich widow and assumes her dead husband's aristocratic position in 18th century England.
I'm gonna say it's what's that shit called? The manor down. It's Barbanaby. I don't know.
That's how Ted Lasso describes food from Missouri in Ted Lasso in the show.
Oh, wait. Is it Barbie Lyndon?
Barbie Lyndon is correct.
Oh, I've never seen Barry Lyndon.
Barbie
I
Lyndon.
haven't seen
It was
it
hard to
either.
come up with the Barry Lyndon. That one not as
Barry-
clean as Oppenheimer. I'll say
Barry
that
Lyndon's
much.
a deep reference.
It
Barbie
is.
Lyndon.
Barry Lyndon.
A lot of people aren't watching
Bear
Barry
Bill
Lyndon.
B. Blood.
You guys ever watch Barry Lyndon a second time?
No,
haven't
because we didn't have
seen it
to
the
for the
first time.
class.
There you go. See?
All right, here we go. We're done with Barbie and Oppenheimer ones. It's not going to be a theme.
Very topical.
Here, a rising star journalist accidentally gets pregnant after a one-night stand with a slacker who flies all over the country as a professional corporate downsizer.
Okay, I know what this is. I know part of it. What's the first part again?
You guys can work together, too. if you want.
Okay.
Okay.
A rising star journalist accidentally gets pregnant after a one-night stand
All
with
right.
a slacker.
Which one do
who-
you have?
I know it's up in the air. It's the second half.
I think the first half is knocked up.
So knocked up in
Knocked
the air.
up in the air it is.
Wow. Teamwork.
I'm going to try the tambourine. Yeah, that's fun.
Knocked up in the air.
The last couple in this are a couple of my favorite ever, so we're going to build up to them.
hell
Okay.
yeah.
Next one, a young exec at a record company must escort a British rock legend to a wedding involving a Greek woman and her family.
Get him to the my big fat Greek wedding.
Get him to my big fat Greek wedding. It's impossible to describe the plot to my big fat Greek wedding without saying Greek. That's what was so. I was trying to find a way to do it, but
could
it's very
say-
hard.
Approximate to the Aegean Sea.
Right. I was like, I had stuff. My acropolyptic,
My
circa.
my feta-filled wedding.
My feta-filled wedding. my big thin Greek salad.
My feta munching. My
I
block
think feta
of salty
munching gets you on
cheese.
list.
A large family of Mediterranean heritage.
Right. But it'd be Hairy in heritage.
My big diner owning family.
My Queen's Diner owning ancestors. Here we go. We have 1, 2, 3 left, and I love all 3 of these. An all-female team of thieves plans a heist set at the 2017 Super Bowl. An all-female team of thieves plans a heist set at the 2017 Super Bowl.
I think this is
It was 80 for Brady set at the 2017?
I think that Logan Lucky was set there, right? Wasn't it?
That was
like
NASCAR.
NASCAR.
Yeah, that was
NASCAR.
I love that
NASCAR.
movie.
Yeah,
Great
it's good.
movie.
It's a good movie.
You ever notice how much fun Daniel Craig has being anything that isn't James Bond? Like that man loves not being James Bond.
All female
An
team
all-female
of what?
team of thieves.
Ocean's
Thieves.
something.
Ocean's 80 for Brady?
Ocean's 8D for Brady.
Okay.
Ocean's 8 and 80 for Brady.
I
go
didn't know 80
together.
for Brady was about that. Now I want to see it.
It's 80-year-old women try and go meet Tom Brady at the Super Bowl.
Oh, okay.
It's not 81-year-old women. It's a few 80-year-old women. Not like
got it.
81-year-olds.
80 for babies.
80. 2 more. A half-human who lives underwater falls in love with a human prince who has short-term memory loss and is hoping to find out who killed his wife.
It's the shape of something.
A half-human who lives underwater falls in
Second half
love with
sounds
the
like
human prince
Memento.
who has short-term memory loss and is hoping to find out who killed his wife.
But he's a prince, though.
Half human prince.
A prince. Who's a prince who...
A half-human who lives underwater falls in love with a full human prince who has short-term memory loss and is hoping to find
Oh
out
my
who killed
god.
his wife.
Is it the little Memento?
The Little Mermento Maid. We'll give you
Wow.
that. The Little Mermaid The Little Mermento.
Wait, the Memento was a prince?
No, that's the Little Mermaid falls in love with the prince.
Oh, what was the first part then?
A half-human who lives underwater falls in love with a prince.
Isn't that the mermaid?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said it was a half-human falls in love with
Yeah,
a
the mermaid.
prince whose wife
Human
was
prin-
killed.
Yeah, but not. I don't know what happened to the prince's wife. I don't think. Okay.
Okay.
Final one.
Just Ariel covered in tattoos.
I'm sorry, but this one doesn't count. Okay, that one didn't make sense to me all the way. So,
All right, Aristotle, will you cut that out?
yeah, please cut that out. I feel victimized here. That was-
Last one. If you thought that one stunk, from the makers of that one comes this one. A movie based on the tabletop role-playing game where you have to help Allied troops escape a French beach using civilian and naval vessels.
that's the whole thing.
Yes. A movie based on the tabletop role-playing game where you have to help Allied troops escape a French beach using civilian and naval vessels.
I think it's saving Axis and Allies or something like that, or Ryan. It's Ryan finding Private Ryan.
It's like it's saving them from the beach, so it's like Dunkirk.
Oh, good. Axis and Dunkirk.
Dun-
Isn't it Axis and Allies? Is that a movie or no?
I don't think they made a movie.
Oh, they didn't. I just figured they did because it's a property that exists.
Right.
It is a movie.
It's
Wait.
safe to assume.
Yeah.
I saw this thing somewhere not as a movie, so isn't it one now?
Yeah.
Is it Dunkirk Gins and Dragons?
Dunkirk Gins and Dragons.
Oh my God, that's
These
good.
compound words.
That's
are
a good one.
I believe
Dungeons and Dragons.
Whoever wrote that one, I think I got on the Discord and I was like, this is why we're here.
Dunkirk. That just feels good to say.
Dunkirk Gins and Dragons.
Dunkerkins and Dragons.
It really, really does.
I never saw Dunkirk.
Dunkirk.
I want to give a shout out to some of them I didn't write. That thing, E2 Mama Tambien.
Right?
Which I thought the Quiet American Pie I thought was very good.
Oh my God.
The Blade Running Man, Top Gun Charted. We had some fun ones in there that didn't make it in today. But thank you to everyone who wrote those. If you want to submit some, you always can go to fart.kyleayers.com. That'll
that's
link
a
you
good
to our
website.
Discord. It was still, can you believe it's still available this late? That'll take you to the Discord. It's essentially just a message board where fans of podcasts. We actually have a robot in there that'll play the game against you. So any before and after that's ever been on the show is in this robot, and you can go play and test your skills. Fart.kyleayers.com. All right, we have one more game that we're gonna play. No. Yes.
Yeah.
Very chill.
What's in the box?
Oh my God, that's funny.
What's in the fucking box?
This game is called What's in the Boxed. Are you both familiar with Letterboxd, the website?
Yes.
The user submitted movie review website. How it works is I'm going to read you Letterboxd reviews for a movie. You have to tell me what movie they're for. Here's how it works, though. They get progressively easier and more obvious, but they're worth less points. So if you guess after one, that's a 5-point answer. You are only allowed one guess per movie. So
One
if
guess, make it count.
if you blow yours on the 5-point attempt, you're out. Today, in honor of the Barbie movie coming out, these are all Margot Robbie movies. All movies that
Okay.
Margot Robbie, I feel like a category is helpful.
Okay.
All movies that Margot Robbie appeared in.
Margaret.
Margot Robbie?
Yeah, I guess that's how you really pronounce her name.
Margaret at the wedding.
You know what's Gal Gadot? I heard her say it one
Really?
time on a thing. Everyone says Gal Gadot, but I heard her use a hard T. Unrelated.
Oh,
Here we
that
go.
makes sense.
This is from Margot Robot movies. Here we go. What Margot Robbie movie is this a Letterboxd review for? And remember, you don't have to guess because you only get one per movie. This was edited like a Family Guy episode. 2 stars.
Wow, I don't even know.
All right.
I really don't.
For 4 points. I don't know what the points are. I haven't been keeping score. I'm not sure why this movie exists. 1.5 stars.
We're
We're gonna give for 3 points. Margot Robbie smiles. Me. That was the best acting I've ever seen in my whole life. 5 stars.
There's no clue to the movie there.
Next
I want
one.
to say, but I'm not.
So Many Feet. No rating.
I'm gonna guess. I have a guess for this. I'm gonna guess this is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Correct. It is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yes.
The intense negativity was leading me to think it might have been one of like the.
There's like 80 reviews of this movie that say feat of cinema with feet spelled the same. And I'm like, that's like Letterboxd becoming Twitter. Do you know what I mean? Where everyone makes the same joke
same
when something
joke.
happens. And the 1 point review would have been Polanski was full on Austin Powers in this one, which is just a great series of words.
That's also from the same movie, right?
Yes, that was the final review we didn't get to.
He was kind of like that, wasn't he?
He
just
kind
realized
of
that.
was. Also, that guy's played Roman Polanski, or no? Yes.
Multiple times.
No, the guy in that movie who played the kid, we even said that Charles Manson played Charles Manson in something else too, Mindhunter, the
He
Netflix
did?
show. The Charles Manson actor has played him twice. That's how much he looks like the guy.
Oh wow. But he looks better than Charles Manson, I think.
He's gonna get typecast.
Here we go. Next one. This is a Margot Robbie movie. What movie is this Letterboxd reviews for? No movie should have this many songs. 2 stars.
Ooh, I kind of think I know what this is.
You're allowed to take a guess.
I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna say this is Wolf of Wall Street.
It is not the Wolf of Wall Street.
Okay, all right.
So unless Tyler guesses, then you'll get back in if he guesses
Okay.
wrong. For 4 points. I wanted to leave early, but when I entered the theater, someone at Warner Brothers stuck a chip in my neck. 0.5
I know
stars.
what this is. I know what it is.
For 3 points. This movie is the epitome of the graphic design is my passion meme.
Oh God.
1 star.
I know what it is. I know what it is.
Is it?
Johnny gets back in after this one if you don't guess.
Is it Suicide Squad?
It is Suicide
Oh!
Squad.
Damn.
It is.
I was gonna guess Birds of Prey.
It is Suicide Squad. Oh,
This is more recent.
Birds
yeah,
of Prey.
Probably. Is it good?
I like
Birds
it.
of Prey was actually like very fun and just unfortunately associated with all of the bad like DC
Yeah.
things. But I mean, I'm firmly in the this is perfect casting camp. Like her as Harley Quinn is just so good.
Owen Will or no what's his Ewan McGregor is the bad guy. He's great in it.
The other reviews for Suicide Squad, me to the group. So when do we get to kill ourselves?
So Birds of Prey is better than Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's
okay.
also the Suicide Squad, which was crazy. That was, I believe, was that James Gunn?
Yeah.
And it's pretty good. It's
Yeah,
got.
that
It's more of a John Cena centric Suicide
So
Squad.
many movies.
It's wild.
God.
You, I give superhero movies. I'll give a airplane ride chance to now. Like I'm like, what people have told me this one's fine, and I don't know the context of any of them or which ones exist in which one's worlds. Final one, not a superhero movie. I'll tell you, this is not. I'm not going to do 2 Harley Quinn iterations here.
Okay, I'm ready.
What movie with Margot Robbie in it is this the Letterboxd review for? Even with all those ugly clothes and tragic hair, these are the most attractive people I've ever seen. 4.5 stars.
I know what it is, but I don't know the name of it.
Next up.
God damn, what's it called?
Margot did not give the best performance of the decade in this just for Tarantino to cast her in a role where the only thing she does is smile. 5 stars.
Also, I disagree with that review. I think she was great in Once Upon a Time.
I think she's perfect in that movie,
And
too.
that's pre Once Upon a Time.
I know what this is. I don't know the name of it, though.
Next one. Voiceover in movie. It was like being abused all over again, only this time it was by you, all of you. You're all my attackers, too. Me, in the theater, even though I wasn't born when this movie took place. I'm so sorry. 4.5 stars.
Is this the Wolf of Wall Street?
It is not the Wolf of Wall Street.
All right.
Oh.
2 more. Here we go. Only a few minutes in, but the mom seems nice. Hope that keeps up.
It's Sally Field, right?
It is not Sally Field.
Okay. What am I thinking of then?
This one's tough.
You
This
know what
one
I'm
is a
thinking about,
tough
right?
one.
Do you know the movie I'm thinking about?
No, because I know the title of this one. I'm
Right.
looking at it right now.
She has glasses, big old
yeah, no, it's not
glasses
this one.
on it, right?
No way these people are all this funny, especially that bodyguard guy.
Oh, this is I, Tanya.
I, Tanya, is correct.
Didn't she do another movie that she's like a period movie where she's dressed kind of down, not supposed to
Oh,
look?
We, Tanya? That's where she
What was
plays
they,
Nintendo.
Tanya?
That's where she camps out for a Switch.
That's funny.
I loved I, Tanya.
Yeah, it was
as well.
great.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
was
that's
great.
just that was such a good movie. All right, well, that's it for our games here. That's it for us here on Never Seen
I
It.
can't believe I didn't get some of those ones.
But you got I, Tanya. It was for
yeah,
1 point.
okay. Thank you.
You know, thank you guys for both for being here. Johnny, thank you for having never seen Ted Lasso. If there's anything you'd like to promote that is not a studio production, you can go ahead and promote it now.
I got nothing to promote except I guess you could just go to my website and just browse around, or look at my social media. Just kind of browse around, see what you see. If you happen to see something that is the thing that I shouldn't promote, that's on you, not on me. But if you see something else, then that's also on you.
Just do a little bit of legwork.
Just Google, browse around, Google the name, see what comes up, so you can find some old terrible pictures that I hate, or maybe some good. You won't know, but you can find stuff.
There you go. So you guys know what you're looking for. Tyler, thank you for being here and having seen 67% of Ted Lasso. If there's anything you'd like to let people know, where you're at, all that, let them know.
I'll be, if you're in the Midwest, my show Late Late Breakfast is headlining Let's Fest in Indianapolis at the end of September.
Great. Thank you guys so much for listening. Once again, find us on the Discord at fart.kyleayers.com and all that. I hope you have a good day.
I've never seen it.